And just like that, we are back for more action here, folks. That's right. Chongqing Major EU qualifiers. You thought it was done? These are best of threes, all right? So while NiP, they're going to be feeling confident, Nahaz, I think TFT, after the start of that game, have got to be feeling good about how close that was at the end.
Yeah, I think TFT have got to say, look, from 30 minutes onward in that game, we played how we want to play as a team, and we gave ourselves the chance to win a game where we were in a very poor strategic position. But I also think they got to look at the draft, they got to look at the early game, and they got to say we can't be putting ourselves in position and expect to be successful long term. By the way, you guys know me for stats. The API is acting up a little bit, so I can't double check this. But based on the last information that I'm seeing, PA has been picture banned in 100% of the qualifier games so far, and has a 75% win rate in almost 40 games.
I'm seeing a pattern here, Alan. I'm not a stats expert, but I am
my finest creation. yeah. That hero is just absolutely rocking it across the regions.
All right, so far, NiP opening up the dazzle. If they get their hands on PA again, you could first phase PA. In fairness, Grimstroke is going to be though.
Wow. Okay, so I like Grimstroke a lot as a hero. I still wish I didn't have to cast it because I need to see like about 50 more high-level replays of this hero to really have a grasp on strategically what it can do. Its skill set is amazing. There's just so much utility and so much combo potential. I still would rather have the Dazzle open, honestly. Yeah, I'd still much rather. Okay. Oh my.
I said you can just do it. You can just go first phase. It doesn't matter, especially if you get the Dazzle.
Well, especially with Dazzle. That's just criminal, man. I mean, look, Grimstroke is cute, okay? And the Grimstroke Sand King, it's not necessarily direct synergies, but I like how the two heroes sort of open up other draft possibilities for you. But my God, you're going to have to deal with, I think, probably the two most blatantly OP heroes in the patch right now.
Yeah, we were saying last game there was a few bridges too far for NiP. There's no bridge too far. In fact, there's no mountain high enough, no river low enough to keep this PA from getting to you. All right.
Come on, it's only the first best of 3 of the day. All right, we're not going into gospel karaoke just yet. All right, I'm putting my foot down here.
I mean, we save that for the Pyjamas hub. That's what we'll do.
There you go. Okay. All right. Fair enough. At one of these days after casting, we'll go play a pub. We'll both feed. We'll sing karaoke. We'll never cast together again. No, this is. I'm trying to think about whether or not there's a scarier open to me right now in the game than PA and Dazzle. They're probably, to be fair, there probably are eventually going to be scary openings. But here in the early days of the patch, these two heroes I just don't know how to deal with yet. And that's kind of why I'm enjoying casting so much here in the early days. It's a learning process. And even these games that are relatively lopsided, I think these teams, especially in the EU region, are good enough that you're going to learn a lot, even from the very one-sided games.
So one thing I do want to see, like you said, we're going to learn a lot here, especially like it's not just this big patch, it's the introduction of Grimstroke, and a few teams have been trying to focus on it, but the focus has been everywhere else, right? PA, Dazzle, Lich. To highlight this though, Grimstroke with Sand King, I think you might actually stun both people who are hit by Grimstroke's ult with Burrow Strike because it pops Lincolns. So you can target.
Yeah. So yeah, Burrow Strike can be used as, it can be treated by the game engine as targeted. So yeah, I think that does overlap. Again, it's not necessarily, you don't have like the same kind of direct single target synergy that you would with like a Lich ult. But I think the two heroes give you great balance in terms of their utility of their skill set for the laning phase, split pushing potential for the Sand King. They just give you great team fight. But you gotta have a counter to this. Dazzle PA is an open, right? It's not just that the two heroes are blatantly OP right now. It's the fact that, hold that thought, because we still potentially could see. I don't think you can. No,
never mind. I
don't think you can pick Darkseer. Yeah, you can't.
Your Sand King's off lane here. Like Sand King as a support doesn't really seem to be a thing right now.
So what's the other one? What are the other ones with Spirit Breaker right now that are broken?
You can do like
I know Surge with him. Yeah, okay. Ogre Magi. But again, that doesn't fit because you already have. It's why I'm looking at the Spirit Breaker and I'm going, what are you going to really put with it? But anyway, the PA Dazzle, the problem here is that each of those heroes can. So PA can be mid or she can be safe lane. Dazzle can be mid or he can be a support. He can even be an off lane core if absolutely necessary. So your draft is so open right now as NiP, whereas the final tribe, like, these first 3 heroes are going to be your 3 through 5. Like, you're not running Sand King mid. Come on. And Grimstroke mid, sorry, Waga. I love you, dude. You're like one of my favorite guys, but I don't think Grimstroke core is the thing.
Yeah, it's just weird. I think the thing to kind of highlight with Grimstroke is it's very funny for a guy with a GPM talent as well. After you get an urn, you actually don't know what to build. It's this hero that doesn't really have any of these transitional items that make sense, if that makes... Like, you can go for someone big, like a Hex, or maybe you'll...
I think that's going to change.
Yeah.
I think this hero, like, I think he's going to get... And it's one of those things in Dota, right? We have this embarrassment of riches where, in any other patch environment, the introduction to Grimstroke to Captain's Mode would be all that we were talking about. But we just had over 50 heroes get reworks. So Grimstroke is like, I'm not even sure he's in the top 10 most important things right now that we'd be talking about vis-a-vis balance.
Interesting read by NiP, looking at the draft so far and going, you guys do not have attack speed.
No, they have nothing to do with the egg, but you do have two hero picks left. Then again, like, I'm not sure as NiP, I'm not sure you're worried about an Ursa or a Clinks. Like, bring it on.
Yeah, against the PA, good luck. Especially for the Clinks. Doesn't really work out too well for that guy.
No, Clinks is I think Clinks is emphatically not a thing here.
Especially with that change. His new ult is interesting.
Why? Like, I mean, were we that desperate for Fortnite dance memes in Dota? I mean, come on. Like, I just don't understand. Are you suggesting Clinks was one of those? There were a bunch of heroes like Lich, okay, where, let's be fair, I've played a lot of Lich, okay, but the hero concept just sucked. It was not fun. All right, Lich needed a rework. Fine. I don't know if Clinks needed a rework. I think Clinks was in a fine place.
It was like a niche role that he done really well. So I can kind of see where it come from. Now I just got this image of like Ice Frog going to his pub games and doing like dance taunts and no one joining in. And this. Okay,
let's be real here for a second. I think Ice Frog may be a little bit AFK right now. Like, this patch is it's pretty wild. There are some very non-Ice Frogian ideas in this patch.
They were saying Rick the intern has basically hacked into Ice Frog's PC because he's locked in a closet somewhere. And has just started like typing the changes to the team. We need to do this design choice, go.
Okay, so this is a hero in the Wraith King that the TFT guys have liked for quite a bit. He's a lot of the Han guys like their Wraith King and have been excited about the potential for this hero for a long time. I think it sucks. I remember I asked Solo after VP lost at the Super Major last year about the Wraith King pick, because they picked Wraith King in one of the deciding games. And Solo's answer was basically, anytime that you've drafted Wraith King, something has gone catastrophically wrong. And I think that statement has pretty much been universally true for the last like 3 years in Dota.
I think there's an argument like against that in the when Wraith Fire Blast before that was nerfed, and with the introduction of Ags and before Blade Mail was nerfed, he was an okay hero. But like, yeah, now with the Wraith Fire Blast change, the fact that Blade Mail is worse.
I have never been on board with a Wraith King since back in the days where AUI was running him as support. I think I just think he's a hero that he's a tempo carry that is never that far ahead.
Yeah, I think the way you have to look at it is like a lot of teams were treating it as a consolation prize. But I think you're right in that someone went wrong in the draft. The way it worked is essentially, I call it the, if I can't win the fight, you can't win the fight. Because you eventually get your Ags and everything else. It's like, okay, we're going to die, but so are you.
I just think what is your fifth pick as TFT right now? Because that's the thing, like
there's nothing.
It's the same issue that we were talking about with Lina and Slark. Do you remember we were having that conversation with Lina and Slark in the last game, and you were saying, okay, well, with this build and the way that they're approaching fights, Lina is going to make sure that she's not necessarily the one that being focused, but that means that your Slark is getting focused, and that's bad. Okay, now on the side of NiP, you have all this control. You have the Phoenix Egg that you still don't have a great way to deal with. You have the Axe, which is that great BKB piercing disable that sets you up for the Phoenix Egg. And Wraith King is not a hero that you want to go on. So whatever hero you fifth pick here as TFT is going to be the one getting jumped on. And, you know, do you have enough in terms of the team fight control coming out 3 through 5 from the Grimstroke, Sand King, and Spirit Breaker to protect this fifth hero, to really, you know, make it so that that Wraith King can frontline and force attention? I don't know. I don't think you do.
Well, that's the thing. The Wraith King won't even force attention, right? He needs to get himself like a Radiance and a Blade Mail or an Armor and a second item before anyone even recognizes the existence in a fight. I think, in fact, I don't think you do anything unless you go for that Radiance build, because they will just ignore you. PA will just Phantom Strike past you, and you have to keep chasing her around this fight.
I don't think you can afford to have that mentality in this game, because I think if you're envisioning your win condition is, okay, I'm going to get my Wraith King to Armlet Radiance or some shit like that. By the time you get that up on the Wraith King, PA is going to have Deso BKB and it's going to kill your entire team. I think you got to Armlet Blade Mail and go. I think this Wraith King's mentality needs to be, I'm going to get 2 sort of second tier items and we're going to go mix it up.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that. I'm looking at this right now because they have final pick. I'm wondering if NiP locks in this PA mid, you could actually see something like a Sand King. Nope, there you go. Now you can't actually try and go for that bold pick. Oh, and I don't
Medusa,
like this.
What is Medusa okay.
So you
just too slow.
In fairness, you said that they're going to try and kill the other carry. That's a little bit hard, but now you've got no one that really is going to dish out the damage.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? You have no damage. Like you've got 2 natural diffusal carriers on the other side in the Mirana and the Phantom Assassin can build diffusal, guys. Like it's okay. I disagree with this draft. I really do. The way that they play, okay, Final Tribe's playstyle actually does suit this draft pretty well. And I think we were talking in the last draft about how Jug was Frost's kind of comfort hero. I think that the way that he plays Wraith King is very, very similar. They're going to get out in lanes. They're going to try to apply pressure. And that was their big issue in the last draft. They're saying, guys, we lost our towers all right away. We need to make sure that we pick 4 heroes that are going to prevent that while our big carry is farming. But at the end of the day, I just don't think the matchups here are good enough for this Medusa, even if she does get that farm.
Oh, I agree. Like, Medusa needs way too much time. It's probably going to be the Mirana up against the Medusa anyway, in which case you're not going to get that 1 value. I think that's part of the reason they were looking at this pick going, okay, PA will lane against our Medusa. She'll always be unkillable. I honestly don't see you getting that matchup. I really don't.
No, I think you're right. I think it's okay though, because remember Mirana can have a hard time with the first couple of waves, and Medusa starts in lane. I don't know. Maybe this is something I'd have to ask the top players about. When I play that matchup, I feel pretty confident in my Medusa in the first couple waves against the Mirana. So if she can get off to a good start in that lane, that's obviously advantage you. But again, oh God, we talked about Fada's Puck in the last game. This is yet another hero. It's one of his signatures. It's a hero that he's just so comfortable just seamlessly transitioning from these different roles and these different things that he's going to be asked to do. He's going to split push. He's going to create fights around the map. He's going to create chaos, and he's going to get his farm. I just, you know, Adrian he's not necessarily an easy player to play with on a team sometimes, but he's so versatile in terms of what he can accomplish when you put him on this type of hero.
And that's a fair point. And another thing to kind of highlight is similar to that last game, you'll probably see him play tempo carry in this type. Like, yes, you have this PA, but Mirana can get active even sooner. And the thing I want to highlight is, I think you're right, there could be a slight lead start building for the Medusa in terms of CS. But when I look at these 2 heroes, one of them can actually gank and do things. The other one just sits and hits creeps.
Yep. Man, I don't know. I feel like this is just so, it's such an underrated aspect of a captain that Peter understands the personalities of his players, and he just puts them on these heroes that they like to play, and he puts them in situations to succeed.
Jansen fan taking a lot of damage here. Actually, might be forced to salve at this rate. He will be forced to salve at this rate.
Oh, for sure.
Wow. Poison touch, folks.
God, that hero is
coming to a pub near you soon. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? It's not like this partly increases with damage and duration the more you put in it, and no one really cares about Shallow Grave anymore.
And there you go. There's your free TP2 that Saksa is able to participate in that harass of Yonasan Fan, get him off to a regen disadvantage as that lane starts, and then TP right down to this bottom lane. And, you know, they're going to be against 3 heroes. They're going to see that right away. But as long as they can get in position, the Axe and the Phoenix are going to be able to cut these waves just fine.
Okay, that was well prepped by Johansson Fan. He brought 3 sentries to the lane because he already knew the name of the game.
Oh man, that's like when you know your life is.
I mean, you don't really. You think about it. He's got a stout. You didn't even need the stout. If you got yourself the Sandstorm plus sentries, no one can touch you. You're good. The problem is if they start bringing dust, then you're screwed.
All right, it does look like Chessie is gonna be have the advantage after the first wave here. He gets the deny on his own range creep, and he gets the last hit on the opposing. So this Mirana is going to be confident. Already, look at the 7 denies in the first couple waves by this Wraith King.
Yeah,
he's going to farm pretty fast.
It's also interesting to see how this is going to match up against 33 because people always assume these skeletons, they just get wiped straight away. They do, but they can do a little bit of extra damage, and they are going to come back again. So you can always have them switch targets with the Wraith Fire Blast afterwards. Okay,
and look at this. I want to highlight because I really like this. Right, the recognition. They may get first blood here on the 33 Axe. I love the recognition by the 2. Oh man, great play. Okay, so what they did to God, that's so good to set that up. What they did is they sort of split the Axe and the Phoenix. They said, okay, the difference between this and the last game, right? The Axe is going to cut this wave, and there's sort of not much that we can do about that. But we're not going to allow that other hero to be right on top of the Axe getting XP at the same time. We're going to isolate that Axe. And because the Phoenix was sort of forced to back off there, didn't really know what to do, they were left with those 2 supports contesting Axe, able to just push him down into that bottom set of trees. That's created by the recognition that we can't allow these 2 heroes to cut the waves on top of each other and protect one another.
Well, that's a fair thing to kind of assess because essentially when you do pick this Phoenix, you're saying in that split, Axe is going to be alone because your job is to actually slow down Frost from farming, which hasn't worked out at all in both cases.
It's so easy, right? You're playing the pub against the creep cutting Axe, and you're saying, God damn it, this guy's annoying. I can't stand it. You know, pay attention to the other hero along with the Axe, because as long as you can isolate the Axe, especially if you have 3 heroes, it's obvious. But even 2v2, as long as you can prevent that other hero from benefiting, you can usually control that situation a lot better. And they're gonna get on the Phoenix too. Oh, great start for TFT. All right, we got a game 2 here.
Look at his XP. Look at this. He's 1 XP from leveling up.
Oh my God. Feels bad, man. Oy, oy, oy.
And it made all the difference there because he didn't have the dive. 33. He's going an interesting way about this. He already knows what's coming. He won't be able to deny himself, though. They'll just run him down and finish him off. They say, thank you, Tower, for helping out. He doesn't even get the creep wave.
Wow, yeah. This game is starting about the polar opposite of the last one. You know, not only do we have all these kills, but your PA is farming really well. Your Wraith King is farming really well. The mid lane is a little bit more expected, especially after the first wave went to Chessie. But that's just Fada being a veteran player.
I think the thing to highlight here, though, is the PA is doing great. And that's just scary. And as you can see in the top lane, rotation comes in. Johansson Fan will fall.
Nice.
Are they going to switch the lanes to stick Ace bot? I think they are. Either that, or maybe they're just going to try and get active and treat the Axe in this game more like a support and the Phoenix bot. Speaking of Phoenix,
like,
all the bashes.
Saksa, by the way, you're just going to hate life? No. They got to bring something down here.
I think they are going to just try and switch this up and make Axe a support.
I'm not on board with that. I don't think you can. I think you do that short term. I think you do that until about 10 minutes. But I think this is still a game where a farmed Axe gives you too much to just permanently sack him.
All right, they decided to actually switch it up. The problem is they're the first
to
TP.
This could be a nice call.
Yeah, but there's a problem. You're the first to TP, so what can Frost just go and do now? He can just TP top if he wants to. I mean, Sand King did TP out as well, so they have to wait for that. But they can switch it up sooner, basically.
Fair enough.
So we might get some musical chairs to the lanes shortly. Ace learning why these Skelly Bros can do a decent amount of damage to you as well. Runes.
Yeah, for sure. What was the change? They got their health reduced, but now they
resurrect.
They reincarnate the first time. Yeah.
Adorable change. Works out quite nicely.
Yeah.
Trying to aggress on the ace. There's 3 heroes here. Era may have went a little bit too deep on this.
Poison touch. Low.
Just going to keep running him down. They could actually hit a dagger. They might be able to kill him, but they're going to lose the poison touch. Luckily...
Its spell is it's 80 mana at level 1. I mean, come on.
Are you telling me it's not reasonable? Are you saying there's something wrong with this hero?
No, I would never say that. I would never point out problems with Dota 2.
You know, it's very controversial when you do those sort of things.
I'm a company man.
Good. Matching tie and everything. So they actually have left Axe and Sand King alone to their own devices, which, to be honest, they both kind of need it after the start they had. And I think in this scenario, Sand King benefits more.
Oh, I don't know. I think 30... Well, Sand King might benefit more on paper, but I think 33, as you watch him just, you know, hopefully take this double stack camp here. Like, he had such a miserable start. He's feeling pretty good.
Here's the problem, though. The new Sand King, Fada.
Oh, Fata. No, sir.
That's not how that works now. Yeah. Just because you see the sandstorm and the movement.
This target. And look at this Medusa now that he's left that mid lane, right? This very nice CS lead. Dipping into the jungle already.
Alan, you dropped out for a second there. Let's just quickly restart.
All right. Jump. Do it.
Right, folks, don't worry. We'll get you some Nahaz again in 1 second. There we go. There we go. We got Alan back. Fully able.
Another try. We get a little action here in the mid lane as Hanskin is going to go down.
Oh, no. The Inkswell, it will pop. But he will still go down. The burns hurt a little bit too much. Era does dive deep. Frost moving through with the Skelly Bros. There's the Moonlight Shadow, though, to protect, and they don't have vision here.
Yeah. I don't know why the hell I said mid lane there. Ace with a little BM hit there. He knows Moonlight Shadow's still up. Maybe a little bit of a bait here. Frost does not have his level 6.
That's the thing. They could go for this. The Poison Touch. They could legit kill him here. Even with the Skelly Bros. They don't actually have to care. He's got a stick to work with. He's got enough for a Wraithfire Blast, but they decide not to poke the bear. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, little casual charge. Realizes it's probably not worthwhile on his target that has 2 leaps left. I mean, you're tanky, but are you maxed out Starstorm tanky?
Boy, this is night and day, though, compared to the previous games. You know, TFT not at all worried about their towers the way these lanes are going. Their 3 cores, at least until a moment ago, they're tied, but they are the top 3 in CS, tied, of course, with the PA. You know, it's a little bit exaggerated because Medusa's farming these jungles, but she's off to a very nice start here.
I mean, that's the thing. You say exaggerated, but in fairness, she's getting that gold. She's getting it good.
Yeah. This is one of those where I switched to net worth a little bit early because you always wonder when you see that kind of CS disparity, is it translating? And it absolutely is. Medusa now 1K net worth up on the enemy core.
And not likely to change anytime soon. Meanwhile, Axe has closed the gap onto the Sand King now.
Yep.
So things working out a little bit better for him. And while that's
Frost
happening,
going down,
Frost?
but the ulti was killed. No!
Oh.
Oh, he was one.
Oh my God!
No. He was 1 creep short.
You know what?
Oh God!
You know who is looking at that and going, "You have no right to complain right now." It's Saxer after the first play. He's like, "You have."
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I assumed that. Oh, I thought there was a creep that was going to die around him soon enough to give him 6. Oh.
Well, he will level it now. He won't even hesitate. He's like, next time that happens, I swear to God.
There you go. That's one of those where a lot of Wraith King players hold on to that skill point. He's like, no, I want my damn ult.
And meanwhile, NiP, they want to kill. That's what they're after. Chessie here, farm. Fada. New camps, bro. New camps.
Oh no.
He arrowed the creep.
Yep.
Well, at least he'll take the remainder of the ancient stack, but that really wasn't what he was looking for.
No, that absolutely was not. They are already they understand that the kind of start that this Medusa is off to. And again, we're gonna make. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna end up making this point over and over in these games, but with the buff to these stat items, this triple Wraithband Medusa off to over a 1K gold lead right now is so much scarier than the Markins should have been in the past. A little bit of action here in the top lane as NiP. Oh, there's still not the vision. The Moonlight Shadow get him away.
Hold on a sec, Alan. You've gone robo.
Oh no!
All right, we'll try another restart. If it keeps up, folks, we'll try a different VoIP, but we'll trust Discord for now. All right, Mr. Robotnik, are you back?
One more shot at this, guys.
There we go. Saxa being charged onto here. But Hera has been slow with the spirits. And they block him out. Very far being used. Mask him out with Chessie. That's a scary looking snake lady. 2 taps is all it'll take. This is... I mean, you know what I was saying about how Dusa doesn't really do anything?
Yeah. No, that's the thing. With a lot of these carries, it's gonna take a little while in this patch before we're all sort of adjusted to it, because all of a sudden 3 Wraith Bands, 3 Bracers, and these carries that we associated with not doing anything at 10 minutes, a lot of carries, the way the game has been balanced over the last year and a half or so, are very, very stat dependent, especially Agi carries. They are so much more dangerous now with these new builds.
And will get more dangerous very quickly. He's going for that Dragon Lance. And, well, we already saw just what a few right clicks would do, but keeping that extra range, we might start to see a very quick death ball here. I mean, you could farm quickly with this, or you could take towers quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple more weeks into this patch to be sure of statements like this, but it is not outside of the realm of possibility. Medusa might become a mid-game hero with these kind of builds.
Brave King, bot lane. Looks like the Reincarnate is going to be popped. They actually dropped the egg here. Not going to be timed well, though. They can't do anything with it. And while that's happening, Era does go down the mid lane. I'm questioning that egg.
Really don't want to feed Fada, but this Medusa's out of control. It is getting to the point where, as NiP on the Dire side, you need to be saying, okay, stop everything. We need to kill on purple.
I honestly don't remember the last time I saw a Dusa this horrifying at 12 minutes in. This is actually insane.
Well, again, it's just because everything the hero does is predicated off stats. This is the most stat-dependent hero in the game. And, you know, now that you've got these triple Wraithband builds, she's got the attack speed bonus with split shot. She's able to stack the Dragon Lance and Mask of Madness on top of it. You know, it's not just that the hero is better at skirmishing. The hero farms faster, too.
It is the case, so we'll have to see if there's any sort of move soon that can come out from NiP. They do have the Moonlight Shadow available. There's going to be a
You
smoke
have to kill
up.
her because in 2 levels she's going to have max mana shield. Like, you have to kill her now.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at the positioning coming out. Chessie's not really exposing himself.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a little scary with that Prowler camp. Those, you know,
they do see him.
Freaking mud golems.
Oh yeah, they definitely see Chessie though. This is a big ask. I don't think you can do this. You need another hero if you want to try and make this move. That, on the other hand, is an easy target. You know, just get yourself a slab of beef any day of the week. A lot of wasted time, actually. Like, this is a crucial moment. Arrow came to them instead. Meanwhile, the top lane, 33 will be found, but they'll get a kill in Spirit Breaker in the mid. If they get this tower, it's worth it, but it's barely damaged. Speaking of towers...
This is not, it's not a bad trade, of course, core for support. I think if you're TFT, though, any even trade right now, right? Any game remaining at status quo favors you because you're going to have this Medusa that's so far ahead.
That same Medusa will not allow them to take this mid tower. They already finished up the tier 1 top. This is scary because there she is. That's how quick it is when she helps out with these pushes. But people seem to forget that with the changes to the way the crit works, you now get these skeletons. Yep. Brave King is a split push hero.
He is, at least viably one, and this is the other thing, that with the Medusa already this strong, the mid-game power spike from the Wraith King, you know how I talked about, I don't necessarily like Wraith King because he's a tempo carry where his mid-game power spike doesn't feel that significant, but because the Medusa is so far out in front, they're going to get a lot out of this Wraith King when he completes his next item after Armlet.
They are just watching Chessie right now. You can see how far they keep away from. They don't know where the Spirit Breaker is. And I like this position from Era. They've invaded the jungle, and if he just stays situated in this area, he can gank anywhere, really.
This is TFT understanding what happened to them in the previous match. They were put in such an untenable position as Dire by losing that top triangle of towers, and they're doing exactly the same thing. They're concentrating on controlling the upper left quadrant of the map. They
do also identify they probably can't go for the Roche. They cannot, however, go for a kill in the axe. 33 will use the call to try and run this off. But he doesn't have a blink dagger. He's far, far away from it. They'll just run him down. Man,
I'm telling you. It is great to see a team. You know, TFT has been a team. I know all these guys. I've just been waiting. We've all been waiting a long time for them to see them make the next step. And it's at least nice to see them make this kind of an adjustment after a very hard-fought game 1.
Well, I think it was kind of reinvigorating for us.
Welcome to the bottom lane, Frost.
He's got the
Here's an
reincarnate.
arrow.
I don't think they want to try for it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to stick anyone here as your vanguard against this power push, it's probably going to be the Wraith King stage. There's already a charge.
Sneaking in behind. They got Spirit Breaker and 2 heroes TPing in.
Yeah, the NiP need to get out. TP. Chessie's arrived. Going to chase on the PPD. Oh, arrow will not connect as Arrow side steps. He has got the Never Strike to work with, but he doesn't have vision.
High value target here is Fata.
They won't be able to find him. Mr. Fat A will make his escape. But it's, once again, TFT controlling the game. That's a win for NiP because they forced that many heroes bot, but they can't really do much with that resulting like aggression coming out from TFT. They can't really look to secure an objective, right? Roche is far, far off. PA isn't even level 2 on the ultimate yet.
Yeah, so I think the last comment requires a little bit of context when you talk about the high value target right now is the Mirana, because the Mirana is trying desperately to complete her diffusal, and that short term is your best path toward leveling any kind of threat. All right, the PA is still working on a battle here. She's not going to threaten the Medusa for a while yet.
She'll at least get the tier 1 mid by the looks of it. They should be able to get it low enough, but look at this. It's going to be 2 towers for the price of 1 as TFT continue their push.
Yeah, this is just how they love to play the game.
I wonder if NiP are going to try and make a risky move soon. Like I said, they need a level 2 coup de grace, but once they have that, you might just have to call straight for a Roche. It's risky, but it's very
tough,
hard.
right? Because if you do that, you're staring down the barrel of your PA just having completed that. By the way, that is so blur as a projectile dodge. Like what?
I didn't realize the Ace was playing.
Oh yeah, that was it's what?
He's playing pop.
75% win rate.
Okay, Never Strike pushed back. Ace, he might have a broken spell, but they are gonna break his face. The Power Strike through to clean up the kill.
Karma, baby. Yeah, this sets up for a push because PPD is gonna have to walk all the way back to base, so they might be able to take this tier 2 tower.
They will, and if they keep on pushing like this,
a little bit far behind. Medusa's not getting through backdoor protection by herself.
I like how Chessie just stands there. He's like, I don't need mana shield. Whatever. Well, he's got clarities at least. And I don't think anyone wants to try and disrupt his usage of clarities anytime soon.
And Phoenix kind of forced to go for the comeback minus here. This is one of those situations where you just have to do, as the Phoenix player, you have to do absolutely everything in your power to get the level 2 egg as fast as possible. So I almost universally still hate Midas in this patch. It's one of the questions I'm being asked. But I think in this situation, it's just warranted. You have to get level 12 as Phoenix to do anything in most games.
I think the way you got to look at it, folks, is basically if you're in recovery, the classic was always Midas. It actually changed to Blade Mail for a while because it gave you effective damage in a fight. But the problem is a hero like Phoenix isn't going to use something like Blade Mail. Well, on top of that, that item got nerfed anyway. Pretty damn hard.
Now, I think you were starting to bring this up, but there is a little bit of a difference in terms of TFT aren't going to do Roche with nearly the same speed that NiP were able to do it in the last game. So NiP aren't in quite as bad a position here. It's just, you know, you have the Grimstroke, right? There are some options that you have against this Medusa, but well, you better address her now because she's got that level 4 mana shield, and they may do Roche a little bit on the slow side, but you also just, you're going to initiate on either Wraith King or Medusa. Good luck. And NiP are just going to give it up. They're going to say, we're going to get what we can in trade, which might end up being a little bit of pressure on the bottom tier 3.
I mean, you can't really do anything about it. PPD went down first. He was very committed to his dewarding and completed it. But once he goes down, can you risk that? No, you need that shallow grave to be able to fight at this stage. There you go. Roche will be finished, eaten up, and taken by Chessie. And they can easily take that tier 2 mid and push high ground if they want.
Yeah, they're going to see the diffusal on the Mirana. The Spirit Breaker will cancel the charge. They don't need to be super aggressive there. They can just maintain the pressure on the NiP side of the map because as long as the PA and the Mirana aren't both farming, you're not going to lose this game.
And actually at this stage, the push is going to get stronger from TFT because they did just get level 12 on Wraith King, so that's level 2 reincarnate. He can be a bit more flimsy with it. He can throw himself a little bit deeper without having to worry about this stupidly long cooldown. It's still long, but it's almost half what it was at level 1. There's C33.
Okay.
Okay, just wants the rune. Arrow will be able to get it. Do a piece. Power strike come through. Oh, never strike to push back 33, but no one's here to help because on the back, they are chasing and looking. Fada is going to get low, but they don't have the power strike. They can't finish him off.
Yeah, they're having a little fun here. That's fine. You know, they can control their side of the map so easily.
Bulldoze.
No.
What are they going to bulldoze?
Maybe in a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, the smash into his face. The blink is like Phantom Strike away quick. The Shallow Grave's going to come up pretty early because Jesse's still chasing PPD will fall. The Ray Fire Blast is there, and Ace is going to go down. Power Strike finds an additional target, though, because 33, he can't even use the call. He gets silenced up. He's going to go for the TP out, but he won't make it. The bash through. Era makes sure the only way he's leaving is in a casket.
Oh, my goodness. And this game is just such a good advertisement for why the early days of a patch are so hard, because as NiP you're looking back at this and you're saying, were we supposed to lose the lanes this badly? Was there something that we're not seeing? I mean, I think you're pretty sure that you just made some execution errors and that was it. But there's always that seed of doubt in your mind, because if these lanes went more or less as expected, this draft is just devastated by TFT.
Absolutely. And while the Medusa have just been able to effectively farm, you maybe could have offset that issue if you, for example, had a good start for your Axe. But, I mean, the Axe, who was meant to pave the way for the mid game, he was in recovery for most of it.
I mean, God, Medusa has already just gotten rid of all those Wraith Bands. But, I mean, Agi carries are just looking so strong. Ridiculously strong.
I'm pretty sure at this rate, even supports are eventually going to be Agis. Everything Agi. We're going to get there, folks. Ember Spirit support. One of these days, someone's going to go, Agi's just too good.
Where's Oprah? Where's Oprah when you need her? You get a Wraith Band. You get a Wraith Band. Everybody gets a Wraith Band.
Occasionally wands, but mostly Wraith Bands. Take them.
No, I mean, and you look at poor Ace. I mean, poor Ace is like, oh, yeah, I'm the most farmed hero on my team, and I'm just desperately going toward a BKB. And even then, like, he needs 2 more items to be even relevant in these fights against the Medusa. I don't care what level coup de grace you have.
I mean, that's the other thing. What are you going to do? Phantom Strike into a Medusa, then chooses Gaze, then suddenly you're running away. And running away slowly due to that Sky. Speaking of that Medusa.
The best target that you have is the Grimstroke, right? That's the other problem, is that even if you're not Phantom Striking into the Medusa, the Spirit Breaker and the Sand King are still relatively tanky. You know, that Crimson Guard of the Sand King is a very nice item to have that we haven't talked a lot about.
Yeah, we see a lot. Power Strike in, going to the Phoenix. He tries to dive away too late, though. The Phantom's embraced to make sure he will not escape. And
this is a stunning result.
Hansen's actually going back. He wants to stop this split push. There's a buyback out of the Phoenix. It's going to be a second lane. They don't mind making this trade because they know they could easily turn it into Mega Creeps. They'll leave Frost here. There's going to be a charge back. They actually don't want to give over the racks. They're happy to give over the tier 3, though. Oh, Power Strike through.
Oh, all right.
33.
Yeah.
See you later, buddy. This Medusa hits way too hard, whether you call or not. Meanwhile, PA's been found as well.
Punish.
Frost fighting up with Ace. Gonna run here. Inks well. Ace trying to move away. He won't be able to. The Power Strike through all the stuns and all the death for Ace. Dead for 70 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, what good's going to come of that? I mean, Wraith King still has ulti up, right?
Yeah.
and you got an Aegis on the Medusa. It's just, you know, you're saying to yourself as NiP, like, I got to go make a play. We got to go run a play, guys. But it's just so hard against this lineup.
It is. And it's going to get much harder because look at the XP on Chess. He's almost at level 20. Plus 700 mana. At that stage, he's already got an inbuilt eggs. How do you get through him?
Yeah, you mean plus 700 mana. Oh, no, wait. You mean like plus 1,800 health. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a second life. He doesn't even care about the heart of Roshan. He doesn't
I'm
need
sorry,
anymore.
it's 1750. Anyway.
Ooh. There we go. Over 2k mana pool. Good luck having the damage when your PA doesn't even have a BKB complete, and the only damage you got is from a Battle Fury.
Yeah, there were actually some pros that made the case to me that plus 700 mana on Medusa before it was adjusted was the best talent in the game. Because when you look at her effective EHP and just the ability to toggle back and forth on demand.
It's pretty insane, yeah.
Did you say effective EHP? Oh, kill me now. All right.
Yeah, you used the term EHP. Look at you.
Well, I think I just ATM machine pin number.
What next? You're going to go play Pokemon and talk about IVs?
Oh, no. Please, no.
Hey, my Charizard from the first generation does nothing now. I'm upset. Anyway.
Please, no. We're not. Come on. We're not bringing out the Professor Oak jokes just yet.
Pokemon Go cast when?
No.
I mean, you just basically, what? You just attach that to, like, I don't know, a sprint? Just
Come on. Okay. You didn't have to be at TI6 and, like, have to coordinate scrims when, like, all 10 players on both teams were out looking for freaking Pokemon. I mean, get out. God.
Meanwhile, looks like TFT.
I'm like, guys, we're gonna be late for scrims. They're like, no, it's okay. Our opponents are all over there. Oh, okay.
Okay, I guess our own will just be late. That's fine. It's not like we got limited time to win TI. And I feel like NiP have limited time to do something because this net worth gap is increasing with every passing minute, and you already can't kill the Deucer. What are you gonna do in 5 minutes time?
At least now the Aegis is down. There's absolutely no sense in taking a fight when you know that the Wraith King has his level 2 ult and there's an Aegis on the Deucer. I mean, at least now you can try and run a play and catch the Deucer out of position, but the extent to which Chessie would have to be out of position to do that, pretty extreme.
He is pretty hard now as well because he did pick up the Chrysalis, so even more problems, especially for your PA, who doesn't exactly have the biggest health pool anyway.
Yeah, I love this. I love this transitional build that Chessie's chosen here in this game. It's just kind of making. There's absolutely no dead gold at any point, and the by the way, the Yasha Kaya combo on the Deucer, I like a lot.
It's just interesting, the introduction into Kaya being able to be built with one of these other items. I mean, Sanj kind of lost its value when they removed the MAME to a lot of heroes. The stats resistance seems nice, but 16% versus the MAME it used to be, please.
I actually think there's a funny part of me. The argument for it is not simple, but there's a funny part of me that says that SNY actually might be kind of a stealth item this patch. You might see it more often than you would think.
Oh,
but I do think in this case.
Oh, Stone Case, look at them. They stack with the smoke trying to get around the back, but they can't. They're going to try and drop the egg. Epicenter comes out. In the meantime, the dunk goes down. 33 still alive. The egg is going to go pop, though. That won't live through the night. And Chessie, they're going to move forward looking for more. 33 is going to drag him away from the base. This is the best thing he can do, but Pyro Strike catches before he can buy a lot of time. Activates the Shrine, just trying to stay alive as long as he can. He knows he won't kill anyone, but he just needs to buy enough time. But I don't think it's enough.
And Shrine's going to die anyway, right? GG. And that's... I completely agree with that call. It's going to seem to a lot of people like giving up prematurely, but there's just absolutely nothing that you can do on the side of NiP. I completely underestimated how fast this Medusa was going to be in this game, and that it just fixes all problems. I mean, when you look up at 15 minutes and your Medusa is like 50% ahead in farm of the enemy carry, it's just like, okay, guys, back to the drawing board. I think TFT realized what happened to them in the previous match, and they said, if we can do that with a lineup like this, there's just no way that NiP can recover because we have two core heroes that are both going to eventually ramp up in damage that you just cannot go on.
I think that's the interesting thing to look at. Is like, all right, folks, we slated the Deucer pretty hard. In fairness, though, to the strength of Nahaz, we did not have the stats to support this. Is a new patch, and as was proven, I mean, we should have known Agi heroes, right? But when you're up against the 100% pick ban Phantom Assassin, you can kind of forgive it to an extent, but Deucer. That's
why, I mean, look, a lot of people are going to look at the difference in strengths between regions, and they're going to focus on the individual games. They're going to focus on the quality of play. But to me, especially in the first days of a new patch, equally significant is the speed with which strategic adjustments get made in between games. NiP, TFT, sorry, they made the strategic adjustment between game 1 and game 2. They said, fine, you're going to try and run things around this Phantom Assassin again. We're going to get basically all heroes that she can't jump on. And we're going to do the same. We're going to put you in the same position that you put us.
As a result, the score evens up 1 apiece in this best of 3. We're going to go to a break, but in a few minutes, we'll be back with the decider between TFT and Ninjas in Pyjamas. Stay tuned, guys.